Hello, hello, good evening. Welcome to another Word of Wisdom Wednesday with me, Theresa White. Just here to give you a word of wisdom. It's just for a few minutes. Hopefully, you can use this word of wisdom on your way. Hopefully, it'll help you um, or help somebody else. Maybe you can send it to someone else. So, I know it's been a few weeks for the holidays, but I'm glad to be back to be able to share this because this week came in like a wrecking ball, as the weather did as well here. But this week's word of wisdom is about indifference. And if you've been looking at any of my pages and following my posts, you probably have seen that I posted something about indifference as well. I was working with someone, and this word of wisdom comes from me as I was working with someone. So it's an aha moment that I realized while talking to someone that I'm working with. So they were talking about feeling, kind of meh and I don't really care. Um, if we go left, we go left. We go right, we go right. How you feel like, if you whatever we eat is fine. And so indifference may seem like it's not a big deal, but I want to caution you. The word of wisdom is to be cautious of indifference because indifference likes to slide you into comfortability and being stuck because you don't care. It doesn't matter if I move or if I don't. It doesn't matter if I stand or if I sit. When you have the feeling of indifference and it's really strong, you will accept anything because it don't matter, right? So let me use this example. In a lot of marriage counseling or couples counseling that I do, people will say things about, make jokes about, the food. Sometimes you see little comments online as well about videos online about people making jokes about how women are just indecisive about what to eat. I have been there. I'm guilty, so I'm not not judging anybody who does. But I've had people ask me, or family members ask me, like, what do you want to eat? And I know that I'm hungry, but I don't know what I want to eat. And so because I don't know the direction or the taste or the intention of what my body needs, I just know it needs food. I just say, well, it don't matter. When in fact it does matter, because if you told me something like, hey, okay, it don't matter, do you want some liver? And for those who like liver, I'm not down in it, but I would be like, absolutely not. If you offered me something that I know I don't like, then immediately I'm like, yeah, no, not that. And I've had people, do you want it? No. Do you want that? No. Do you want this? No. And people get frustrated and they end up stopping. So, your word of wisdom today, if you are that other person who's trying to help somebody make a decision out of indifference and actually like make an intentional statement, it's okay to continue to ask for options. I don't think people are doing it to be irritating or annoying intentionally. They really don't know until you say what they don't like. Then it helps them get to a process of elimination. Then I can narrow down that maybe, okay, maybe I don't want that. Maybe I don't. Okay, so if I don't want that, that helps me hone in what I actually do want. And before you actually inquired of me and asked me questions, I did not know what I didn't want, right? I didn't know that I didn't want liver and onions or that I wasn't in the mood for this restaurant or that restaurant. But when you said it, then my spirit checked and was like, okay, no, not that. And you're like, okay, well, forget it. I'm gonna just, no, 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 please don't just stop. Because then the danger is the person you're trying to help out of indifference can sink right back into it when they were about to come out and maybe make a decision. And I'm not saying it's your job to make somebody be unstuck, but there are moments that you can be helpful to say, okay, we know what you don't want. Is there a meat taste? Do you have taste? People say Mexican. Do you want Chinese? Do you want American soul food? Like, so they start to narrow down the genre of foods. And that can be really helpful. I'm using that as an example because a lot of times people feel indifferent about life. People feel indifferent about choices that they want to make or dreams that they have. It's like, I really do want to, but I don't want to do that part. I really do want a degree or want that career, but I don't want to go back to school. Right. And so there can be those moments of indifference. And so I just really want to encourage you that don't settle in indifference. Notice it as it can be a red flag. It is a red flag and it kills productivity because indifference doesn't care whether you're productive or not. And it will keep you sitting, keep you stuck, and keep you stagnant. And so you want to actually challenge indifference. Well, if it really don't matter, let me give you what you don't want. because it don't matter, right? Then people are like, well, no, right, because it does matter. That's the point. It does matter. And being able to help somebody realize that choices do matter. Even if you don't know which one to make, at least admit that it matters if I make one or not. So if I go left, it don't matter. If I go right, it don't matter. Okay, well, keep on telling GPS that when it's trying to route you to where you're supposed to go. Keep turning the wrong way and see if it don't matter. They're going to keep rerouting you, and you're never going to get to your destination because you keep turning the opposite of the way you're intentionally supposed to go, which means going the right way matters. Being intentional about where you're headed matters. I hope that helped somebody today. So if it did, please put in the comments, you helped me. And I will not sit in indifference. Have a blessed and beautiful rest of your week. And hopefully, you are being intentional about what you want and where you want to go.